Welcome to the deep dive. So, today we are looking at a real masterclass in adaptation, and we are dropping you right into Edgbaston in Birmingham.
Yeah, setting the scene here is crucial.
Right. Picture it. It's a Sunday doubleheader. You've got this really treated crowd filtering into the stands, and honestly, a lot of them are just there to secure their seats for the massive India versus Pakistan clash later that afternoon.
Exactly. That was the main event for most of the crowd.
But before that even happened, the actual drama of the day unfolded in the opener.
Yeah,
We were talking about a match that pitted two entirely different cricketing philosophies against each other.
it really was a beautiful clash of, well, history and momentum. On one side, you have the Netherlands, right, making their T20 World Cup debut.
And the sources paint this wild picture of them.
Yeah, a squad just buzzing with raw, unbridled energy. I mean, their players were literally dancing in a huddle during the innings break.
Oh, wow. Just dancing. That is some serious debutante energy.
Totally. And then on the other side, you have Bangladesh. They are the exact antithesis of a debutante. These are seasoned, seven-time competitors in this tournament.
Right. They've been there, done that.
Exactly. They've seen every pitch condition, every collapse, every momentum swing you can imagine.
So for you listening, our mission today is exploring what happens when that raw debutante fire collides head-on with sheer veteran experience. Like, how do you adapt when the ground beneath your feet just completely lies to you?
That's the million-dollar question.
Let's start right at the coin toss. The Netherlands win it, and they take a massive gamble based entirely on history.
A very recent history, too.
Right, like hours prior. They elect to bat first on the exact same pitch where England had literally just finished obliterating Sri Lanka for 219 runs.
Which is the ultimate cognitive trap. I mean, if you're a team walking out for your World Cup debut.
You're nervous already.
Exactly. And you're staring at a 22-yard strip that just yielded 219 runs, your brain anchors to that number.
You expect a total batting paradise.
Yeah, you expect the ball to come onto the bat like a dream. The Netherlands clearly wanted to ride that high, get out there and post an intimidating total. But the pitch they batted on in their minds was not the pitch that actually existed under their feet.
It was a total mirage. But to be fair, the Netherlands weren't the only ones who misread the script initially.
No, not at all.
The Bangladeshi bowlers came out fully expecting traditional English conditions. It's Edgbaston, right? You put the ball in the air, you expect it to swing.
That's standard operating procedure.
But pace leader Marufa Akhter runs in for the first over and finds absolutely nothing. The air is completely dead.
And see, what's fascinating here is Marufa's split-second decision to switch to a jumbled seam. This shows supreme veteran awareness.
How so? Like, why is that such a big deal for a fast bowler?
Well, fast bowlers spend thousands of hours in the nets perfecting this upright seam presentation to cut through the air. To abandon your primary weapon on the very first ball of a World Cup match, that requires a complete lack of ego.
Okay, let's unpack this. It reminds me of a veteran baseball pitcher walking to the mound in the first inning. They throw their signature curveball, and they realize the heavy air is just leaving it hanging over the plate.
Right, it's just not breaking.
Exactly. And instead of stubbornly throwing it again and hoping the weather magically changes, they immediately shelve it and start throwing knuckleballs.
You play the conditions you have, not the ones you practice for. Marufa realized that if the air wouldn't move the ball, she had to rely on the unpredictable physics of a scrambled seam hitting the pitch.
And it pays off instantly. Just the fourth ball of the match, the jumbled seam does the trick, and Phoebe Molkenbohr is caught behind for 11.
And that early wicket just completely fractured the Netherlands' game plan. You saw the top order start to crumble under Bangladesh's tactical pressure.
Oh, it's a rapid collapse.
Yeah. Heather Seegers tries to assert some dominance early on, but ends up edging the left-arm pacer Faria Trisna. And notice the tactical field placement there.
The keeper, Nigar Sultana, was standing right up to the stumps against a pace bowler, which is a brilliant way to manufacture pressure on a sluggish pitch.
It really is. By standing up, she completely anchors the batter to the crease. You can't take a step down the pitch to negate the movement.
Because the stumping threat is right there. It's immediate.
Precisely. It's a physical constraint that creates mental hesitation. And that hesitation was contagious. Captain Babette, the lead, came in at number 3 and looked incredibly uneasy early on against Mirufa,
And the wickets just kept tumbling. Rabea Khan comes into the attack, and she bowls Sterakalis by hitting the absolute top of the off stump.
which actually secured her 50th T20 international wicket, by the way. Beautiful delivery.
A huge milestone. And shortly after that, Rabin Reiki and Sonia Karana fall within 6 balls of each other.
Just a devastating sequence for a debutante team.
The Netherlands are reeling. They're sitting at 76 for 5 after 12.1 overs. Their run rate is dipping below 6.
The 219-run mirage is completely shattered at this point.
Oh, totally. They aren't just losing the tactical battle, they are staring down the barrel of an embarrassing end to their innings. But this is exactly where true leadership steps into a vacuum to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, the responsibility fell squarely on Babette, the lead. She took the team on her back.
She completely changed her approach against the spinners, right?
She did. She relied heavily on sweeps, drives, and just highly assured footwork. She essentially decided that if the ball wasn't coming to her, she was going to go get it.
In the 14th over, she finally pushes the run rate past a run ball. She hits consecutive 4s through the covers off Sangeeta Akhtar's left arm spin.
And then she targets Faria Trisna next, smashing a 5th boundary. You could visibly see the Bangladeshi veterans getting rattled by this counterattack.
Trisna subsequently falls apart in the 16th over. She leaks 14 runs and drifts way down the leg side for 5 wides.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the tactical brilliance here isn't just the boundaries. It's the lead pushing for 2s and using deep fielders to disrupt Bangladesh's rhythm.
Wait, how does running 2s disrupt the rhythm?
Well, pushing for 2 runs instead of settling for a comfortable single is the psychological tactic. When you force fielders in the deep to sprint, pick up, and execute a flat throw under extreme pressure, you introduce panic.
Oh, I see. You forced them to rush their mechanics.
Exactly. She was physically dictating the pace of the game and making a veteran team look frantic.
And she stayed locked in, even when Frederik Overdijk was run out by a direct hit from Shorna. Delede pushes through and reaches her 9th T20 international half-century.
Her first of the year, too. A massive captain's knock.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Right after her milestone, she's dismissed by Shorna's powerful arm while attempting a highly swift second run.
Yeah, she was gunned down.
So I have to ask, she just secured her half-century and rescued her team. Isn't risking a swift second run right after a milestone a reckless mistake? Or is that just the mandatory aggression you need when you're dragging a debutante team to a defendable score?
It's absolutely the mandatory aggression. You have to look at the scoreboard context. At that moment, they were 115 for 7 with only 21 balls left.
Right, time was running out fast.
Delede knew 115 wasn't going to give her bowlers enough ammunition. Her individual milestone was secured, sure, but she had to risk her wicket to farm the strike and squeeze every possible run out of those final overs.
And even though she got out, that sacrifice seemed to galvanize the tail. Iris Swilling and Silver Seegers put together an unbroken stand of 23 from just 17 balls.
A hugely vital partnership.
They dragged the team to 139 for 8, so they set a tricky, if below par, target. The momentum is suddenly balanced.
It gave them something to bowl at, which was crucial.
So in response, Bangladesh sends out an opener whose approach is the absolute polar opposite of a cautious chase.
Oh, Referrals Ferdous. She is such a compelling factor in this match.
She's making her T20 international debut earlier this year, right?
Yeah, so she brings her own brand of unpredictable energy. The rest of the Bangladeshi lineup is built on seasoned pragmatism. But Ferdous, she came out with one goal, clear the front leg and swing large, mostly on the leg side.
She essentially played with house money, completely throwing away the technical manual and just swinging for the fences. She actually misses her first 2 wild heaves against Zwilling's swing before she finally connects.
And then we get to the massive controversy when she was on just 7 runs.
Oh man, this was wild. She skies one deep to mid-wicket. Sterakalis gets under it and takes the catch. The Dutch players are celebrating.
But then the third umpire controversially rules her not out, stating the ball was grasped.
Just a totally gutting moment. Think about the psychological toll on a fielding team when a wicket is overturned like that.
It's immense. When you are a debutante squad defending a modest total, every single wicket is pure gold. To execute the plan, take the catch, and then have the umpire flash the red screen, it creates an immediate sense of deflation.
And Ferdous capitalizes on that luck immediately. She doesn't get cautious. She hits Willing for 2 4s in the 3rd over.
Unyielding aggression.
And then, in the 4th over, Rabin Reik drops a tough return catch, giving Ferdous another life, which she punishes with back-to-back 4s.
It's just brutal for the bowlers.
So let me ask you, at what point does a bowler just mentally snap when a batter gets a controversial umpire reprieve and a dropped catch in back-to-back overs?
For a lot of teams, that right there is the breaking point.
Yeah.
The margin for error is so microscopic. Ferdous capitalized on their mounting frustration because her unorthodox technique made it incredibly difficult to set a traditional field.
Joined by Dilara Akhtar, Ferdous pushes the score to 46 for 0 in the power play. She hit 2 sixes over mid-wicket, smashing her way to a 32-ball 50.
7 fours, 2 sixes. She essentially set up Bangladesh's most successful T20 World Cup chase right there in the first 10 overs.
But as you said earlier, in T20 cricket, a single wicket can instantly shift the pressure.
It really can. The atmospheric pressure of the arena changes the second a wicket falls.
Once Ferdous was finally dismissed at 50, the chaotic wall of aggression evaporated, and the Netherlands finally saw their opening to squeeze the veterans.
The Dutch spinners mounted a really fierce comeback here. Caroline de Lion strikes twice and even completed a hat-trick attempt.
Right, she ends the 8th over by having Ferdous caught at point, which stops the bleeding.
And then she follows it up by using plenty of flight and dip to go right under Nagar Sultana's bat.
And Captain Dalid returns to dominate with the ball as well, taking 4 wickets for 18 runs after the power play. The fielding suddenly gets razor sharp.
Silver Seegers bowls Dilara Akhtar in the 11th over by moving wide of the crease, turning the ball away from her bat. Then Overdyke executes a swift turn and direct hit to run out Sapana Mostari.
So what does this all mean? It's like an anaconda slowly tightening its grip. The Netherlands squeezed Bangladesh with 4 boundaryless overs.
24 balls without a boundary is a lifetime in a T20 chase.
It pushes the asking rate up to 7 per over. They need 55 runs from 48 balls. A younger team might panic here.
This raises an important question, though. You have to contrast the frantic energy of the Netherlands fielding with the icy calm of the Bangladeshi veterans, specifically Sharmin Akhtar and Shorna Akhtar.
They didn't panic at all. Sharmin finishes 37 not out.
Exactly. Veterans win games not by hitting boundaries every ball, but by surviving a 4-over boundary drought without panicking. Their rock-solid, unbroken partnership of 56 off 44 balls absorbed all that pressure.
They secured the 6-wicket win, finishing at 141 for 4. So I have to ask a final match question. Did the Netherlands actually win the tactical battle in the middle overs, but simply ran out of runs on the board to win the war?
The math heavily suggests they did. The tactical execution by the Dutch spinners was flawless. But a target of 139 gives a veteran partnership a crucial safety net. They knew they had the statistical luxury to play out those quiet overs.
It's a perfect summary of the match. Bangladesh ultimately triumphed with their most successful T20 World Cup chase ever.
But the Netherlands proved they absolutely belong on the world stage.
Oh, without a doubt. They made the 7-time veterans sweat for every single run. And that leads me to a final provocative thought for you to chew on regarding the psychology of the underdog.
It's a great takeaway.
Think about the Netherlands team dancing in a huddle before taking the field against a heavily favored veteran squad. It's the sheer power of unearned confidence.
They didn't care about resumes.
Exactly. Next time you step into a room where you are vastly outexperienced, what would happen if, just like the Netherlands, you simply decided to skip the intimidation phase and act like you owned the place?
I love that.
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.